It is late at night. You are lying in bed, scrolling through your phone, when you notice it again. Your dog is not sleeping. They are watching you. Not casually, not the way they look at food or toys, but quietly, still, as if they are studying something only they can see. And when your eyes meet theirs, they do not look away. They soften, they stay, and for a moment, it feels like they understand something about you that you have never said out loud. So you wonder, is this just affection? Or is your dog trying to tell you something deeper? Most people believe emotional attachment in dogs is obvious. They think it is the tail wagging, the excitement at the door, the jumping, the licking. They think attachment looks loud, energetic, impossible to miss. If a dog is calm, quiet, or simply following you without making a fuss, many assume it is just habit, or dependence, or even boredom. But that belief misses something important, because the deepest forms of attachment are rarely loud. They are subtle, quiet, almost invisible if you are not looking closely. And this is where everything changes. What if the most powerful signs that your dog is emotionally attached to you are the ones you barely notice? Not the excitement when you come home, but what happens when nothing is happening? When you are just sitting, just breathing, just existing together. Behavioral science has been studying this for years, and the results are not what most people expect. Researchers adapted a test originally used to study human infants and their caregivers. They placed dogs in a room, introduced mild stress, and observed how they responded when their owner was present, absent, and then returned. The pattern was clear. Dogs did not just recognize their owners. They used them as a secure base, just like a child. When the owner was present, the dog explored more. When the owner left, stress increased. When the owner returned, the dog calmed. Not because of training, but because of attachment. This means your dog is not just reacting to you. They are regulating themselves through you. Your presence changes their internal state. Your absence changes it again. And most of this happens without a single sound. Another study looked at something even more subtle. Eye contact. When a dog gazes at you, and you gaze back, both of your brains release oxytocin, the same bonding chemical that connects parents and children. It is not one-sided. It is shared, a loop. The more they look at you, the more connected they feel. The more you respond, the deeper the bond becomes. Over time, this builds something extraordinary. Your dog begins to associate your presence with safety itself, not comfort, not pleasure, safety, and that changes everything about their behavior. Because when an animal feels safe, they do not need to perform. They do not need to demand. They do not need to make noise. They simply stay close. This is why one of the most overlooked signs of emotional attachment is proximity without demand. Your dog sits near you, not on you, not asking for anything, just there, watching, breathing in the same space. You might think they are doing nothing, but psychologically, they are choosing you, again and again. Another sign is something even quieter. They follow you, but not always all the way. They move from room to room with you, then stop, then watch from a distance. This is not clinginess. This is monitoring. In nature, animals stay aware of the movements of those they trust. Not out of fear, but out of connection. Your dog is not checking where you are. They are maintaining a link, a silent awareness that you are still there. And when you leave, something even deeper begins.
Studies using home cameras have shown that many dogs react within minutes of their owner leaving. Some bark, some pace, but others do something that looks like nothing. They lie down, they become still, but their heart rate remains elevated. Their breathing changes. Their body stays alert. The silence is not calm. It is waiting. This is one of the most misunderstood behaviors. A quiet dog is often assumed to be fine.
But in reality, they may be holding on to a state of emotional tension that only releases when you return. And when you do return, notice what happens. Not the jumping, not the excitement, but what comes after. They settle, close to you, sometimes touching you, sometimes just nearby. This is called social buffering. Your presence actively reduces their stress. Not metaphorically, biologically. Their nervous system begins to slow. Their body shifts from alert to safe. And here is something most people never realize. Your dog also learns your emotional patterns. Studies have shown that dogs synchronize with their owners on a physiological level. Heart rate patterns, stress response, even hormonal rhythms. If you are tense, they feel it. If you are calm, they absorb it. Over time, your internal world becomes part of theirs, which means attachment is not just about what your dog feels for you. It is about what they feel with you. This leads to one of the most powerful signs of emotional attachment. Your dog reacts to your emotions before you express them. They come closer when you are quiet. They stay near when you are overwhelmed. They watch you more closely when something feels off. Not because they understand the situation, but because they understand you. Emotionally, instinctively, without language. And this is where everything shifts. Because what looks like simple behavior is actually something much deeper. Your dog is not just living in your home. They are living inside your emotional environment, responding to it, adapting to it, connecting to it in ways that most people never notice. There is one more sign that is almost invisible, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Your dog relaxes completely when you are near. Not partially, not cautiously, fully. They sleep deeply. They expose their belly. They let go of tension. In the animal world, this is the ultimate signal of trust. Because sleep is vulnerability, and choosing to be vulnerable near someone is the clearest sign of emotional safety. As research on dog sleep behavior suggests, choosing proximity during rest is not random. It is a reflection of deep attachment and trust built over time. Now think about that. Out of every place in the world your dog could rest, they choose the space near you. Not because they have to, because they feel safe enough to let go. And this leads to a realization that changes how you see everything. Your dog is not just attached to you because you feed them, or walk them, or take care of them. They are attached to you because your presence has become part of how they experience safety itself. You are not just someone they recognize. You are someone their nervous system trusts. And that trust is built in thousands of small moments you barely remember. The way you move,
The way you speak, the way you exist in the same space, all of it becomes data in their mind. All of it shapes how they feel. And here is the insight that stays with you. Your dog does not measure your love by what you do once in a while. They measure it by what you are every day. Your patterns, your presence, your consistency. That is what creates attachment. That is what they respond to. And that is why the quiet behaviors matter more than the loud ones. Because excitement fades, but safety stays. And now there is a moment, a simple one. You are sitting. Your dog is nearby, not asking, not moving, just there. And if you look closely, you will see it. The stillness, the soft eyes, the quiet presence. That is not nothing. That is trust. That is attachment. That is your dog choosing you without needing anything in return. And maybe the most emotional truth is this. Your dog does not need you to be perfect. They do not need you to understand everything. They only need you to be consistent enough that your presence continues to feel like home. Because in their world, you are not just a person. You are the place where their body feels safe enough to rest. You are not just their owner. You are their emotional anchor. So the next time your dog quietly follows you into another room, or sits near you without asking for attention, or watches you in silence, do not ignore it. That is not a small behavior. That is a message. And it has always been there, waiting for you to notice. If you have ever seen your dog do something like this, even just once, think about it. When was the moment you realized they were truly attached to you? Tell me in the comments, because sometimes the quietest signs are the ones that mean the most.